climate change development reports in Comoros and in Mauritius and Seychelles. I first started at the World Bank in January 2018, so it's my 8th year. I first joined under a 6 month internship affiliated with the Korean government program, and this turned into a consultant work for about a year and then a staff position in 2020. All my work experience at the World Bank was with the Environment Department, but I've also worked with countries in the South Asia region and in the Caribbean. Over to you, Anna.
Super. Thank you so much, Minji, for highlighting the fact that you can join through the Korean government. So we've got something called donor-funded staffing programs. So I know my government does that too. So I'm Swedish. I was going to say I'm from the country of IKEA, Volvo, and Spotify, but I'll give it to you today. So we also do the donor-funded staffing program, or DFSP. And so you can join as a junior professional associate, no, junior professional officer, or JPO, and there's some other also mid-career opportunities. So please make sure you check out I think it's maybe the finance department, or you can Google this, and it is sort of dealt with through your government. And so that was the first question. Thank you to the panelists. And now we will ask the next question, which is the best thing about working at the World Bank Group. Should we start with Lucine this time, or yeah, Lucine?
Sure. So the best part of working at the bank is, I would have to say, I believe everyone would agree, the scale of impact. At the bank, I work directly with the high-level government officials, ministers, and regulators to shape the national policies and investment decisions. I casually make a phone call or WhatsApp with the ministers or deputy minister level. So like I can clearly see that the work that I do have a direct impact on how the country, where the country is going in the next 5 to 10 years. So, and after major missions and policy engagement, news articles, government announcements, and industry discussions often reflect the influence of the work that we do. And whether it's a new broadband investment program, digital ID rollout, or telecom sector reform, this ripple effect are visible as the countries implement the strategies we help design. So knowing that our work directly guides the national decision making and long-term development makes this role incredibly fulfilling. And another aspect that I would also like to highlight is the intellectual challenge and continuous learning. I know maybe it's not for everyone, but like the World Bank is a complex organization, and it takes years to fully understand how projects, policies, and financing mechanisms come together. And at the same time, though it's very challenging, this provides endless opportunities to learn, not just about the sector itself, but also about investment structuring and regulatory frameworks, and also at the same time, since this is a huge organization with various different sectors, how digital development intersects with different sectors like education, health, and finance. Lastly, every country has unique challenges, so each project requires some types of new approaches and solutions. And as you wish, there are flexibilities to adapt, innovate, and engage deeply in a different way. So which makes the job both exciting and intellectually rewarding. So it ensures that I never get bored, and I always have the opportunity to learn and grow continuously.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for sharing, Lucine. And then we move on to Minji.
Thanks, Anna. Thanks, Lucine. One of the best things about working at the World Bank Group is knowing that the work we do has a real impact. But if I had to pick few key aspects that would make this job meaningful, I would say the global impact, the diverse working environment, and the opportunities for learning and growth. So in terms of global impact, the World Bank's mission is to reduce poverty on a livable planet. And the projects we work on, whether it's improving environment sector or digital or urban, it makes a real difference in people's lives. It's very rewarding to see that the work that we put in help countries grow and improve the well-being of people, of citizens. Second, the diverse working environment. The work culture at the World Bank is truly international. It brings together people from different countries, various countries, and various cultures and different professional backgrounds. We in career tracks, we often focus on the career track that requires master's degrees. But no, at the World Bank, we have our program assistants who have been with us with the World Bank for 20 years and almost 30 years if they come fresh out of graduate school, if they come fresh out of bachelor degrees. And we come together as a team, and we try to make the best out of collaboration. So we're always learning from each other. We're finding new ways to solve problems. And as Lucine said, working with the government and working with the local citizens in the developing countries, it makes the job very interesting and challenging as well. Third would be the opportunity for learning and growth. The World Bank provides many chances to develop your skills even after you join the World Bank system. So internally, we have mentorship trainings and hands-on project experiences, and the opportunity to grow in different, to work in projects in different countries. And this helps in understanding different economic and social challenges. And the organization encourages continuous learning as well. We have various learning courses, and we have world-class research and data we can access. Over, Anna.
Fabulous, Minji. Thank you so much. Now over to Hogun.
After two fantastic panelists, I don't know what I can add. But one thing I try to make sure is highlight is that I'm the former JPO that's sponsored by the DFSP program under the Ministry of Economy and Finance, 기획재정부. So now I know that there is a new announcement on the JPO, the release about 2 weeks ago. So please check the bulletin board at the 기획재정부. You will see the opportunity and hope you can find your room for applying. And in terms of let's go back to the question. So what is the best thing? I see the scale is the best thing that you can do in the bank. What I mean is that even the urban program that I'm working on is 200 million. This is from the single department. For the given program. We also have a different program from the energy department, transportation department, poverty department, and also other practices, which means that one single country for Yemen, we can mobilize like $2 billion, which can make a great change to the country where needs are great. So what I mean is that one bank, we can mobilize large investment to change the country easily. Not easily, but we can swiftly change this country is a better future. And also, since we do have this large investment, we also have a very good convening power. So once we call the ministry or other development partner or UN entity, we can easily make some conversation, discussion, which is very hard to make it. Because often the ministry is a silo, different international organization is a silo. So I believe the World Bank is the only organization who can mobilize the discussion and make a consensus easily. So there's kind of beauty of the convening power that we have. The last point is you can work with the best talented person, not only inside the bank, you can also work with the external partner, very prestigious university, and world-renowned professor, and also work with a very good knowledge external partner For example, I work with several professors from Cambridge and Oxford for my fellowship report. In the meantime, I also work with the Joint Research Center at the European Commission, German Aerospace Center, and European Space Agency, which give you some full plethora of the new knowledge and technology, which can drive the new scientific research and also make a good agency-based planning policy, which can directly affect on that client's countries, policy reform or regulatory reform, etc. So I believe this is 3 points are key or a great point that you can get when you are working with the World Bank. Over to you.
Super. Wow. Excellent advice. So, and view. So now we will move over to even though we've touched upon this already, your top 3 advice for applying for the World Bank Group, potentially for your interview, and of course bearing this in mind that we're now targeting Korean nationals who you most likely know very well. So Minji, do you want to start, please?
Sure. So we have 100 people in this call. If you're thinking about applying for the World Bank Group, especially as a Korean applicant, I would say 3 key things to focus are understanding the World Bank mission, gaining international experience, and improving language and communication skills. First, understanding the World Bank mission. The World Bank isn't just looking for technical skills; it's looking for people who are passionate about development. So make sure your application shows how your work connects to the global challenges like economic development, sustainability, social or environment, or financial inclusion. If you have worked on projects related to these areas, it's important that you highlight them, even if it's not the majority, even if it's not the major work along your CV. Second, gaining international and diverse experience. So the World Bank values people who can work with different cultures and adapt to new environments. If you have worked on international projects with global teams, that's a big plus. If you have had international experiences or education in another country outside of Korea, highlight that as well. Many Korean professionals have strong technical skills, but it's also very important to show that you can work in different settings and collaborate with internationally various stakeholders. Third and last would be to improve language and communications skills. At the World Bank,